wouldn't think I'm crazy at all. Over the summer, I had the opportunity to travel all over India and Nepal. Visiting these two countries was the biggest culture shock that I've ever experienced. Before getting off the plane, I thought that women only wore colorful flowing saris at Epcot and Disney World. But actually, they are really common among Indian women. The people in big cities like Delhi dress a little more westernized in t-shirts and jeans. For example, while visiting Kathmandu, I discovered that the Nepalese people had an obsession with the iPhone app, Angry Birds. You couldn't walk down the block without seeing several people rocking the Angry Bird t-shirt, backpack, sunglasses, you get the picture. However, in smaller villages, Angry Birds was not as popular. My family and I went trekking in the Himalayan mountains near Pokhara, where most women dressed in traditional saris. In fact, our guide said that nobody in his family owned a computer or iPhone, so he had no idea what Angry Birds was. Women in the small villages where we slept during our trek cooked organic rice and dal bhat over a fireplace in the same way that their ancestors had for generations. And by organic, I mean that they grew every single ingredient themselves. This is a type of living that I had only ever seen on the History Channel, and I didn't realize that people still live like this. I am so used to microwavable ramen and dining hall food that women squatting to cook over a fire from wood gathered in the forest looked prehistoric. At a school I visited, the children had no desks, and even the high school students sat on the floor. Yet despite their lack of books and school supplies, the kids were all incredibly smart. They actually loved going to school every day, which made me feel like a spoiled brat. I mean, I can't wait for a long weekend. And the worst part was that when I visited a second grade classroom, I was asked to do some simple mental math. The kids got it right away, but I had to use my calculator. In all the small villages I visited, my braces always amazed the people. Although my Nepalese and Hindi were limited, and very few people could speak English well, I understood their confused looks as they pointed to my teeth. One lady gave me naan to see if I could still eat with the metal in my mouth. It was the same lady who I watched hold her newborn baby as it peed on the dirt floor. I suppose diapers aren't very common in the villages because everyone just let their babies pee soak into the earth. Back in Kathmandu, a large city in Nepal, my dad flew in for a medical mission. He is an ear doctor, and hearing loss is a big problem in this developing country. He received a grant from the Coconut Implant Company, as well as the company of another type of hearing aid called the Baha. I got to watch in the OR as my dad gave children the gift of hearing. He helped 4 children who would have never been able to afford this surgery without my dad. However, around 250 people come to this hospital that need this surgery every year. Yet only about 10 are able to actually afford it. It is very common for the Nepalese kids who do receive the surgery to have infections afterwards because the operating rooms are so unsanitary. The doctors in Nepal give the kids far more antibiotics than they do in America to avoid infection. But I still thought it was kind of crazy for the head surgeon to sip a cup of tea directly next to my dad while he's performing the surgery. I suppose that's just a cultural thing because people drink a lot of tea in Nepal and India. Watching a 2-year-old boy hear for the first time in his life, and hearing his father thank mine for giving him a gift they could never afford really touched me. My dad had done such a great thing to help this boy, even if it's only one less stepchild out of the 250. It got me thinking about what I could do to help these people in Nepal. The reason that more people suffering hearing loss aren't helped is that it's such an expensive luxury, which neither the hospital nor the patients can afford. So I thought of ways to make it cheaper. What if the $11,000 drill only cost $250? What if they sterilized implants from dead people to give to the deaf children in Nepal? I am currently working on projects to hopefully make both these dreams possible. But there are so many more things that I can do to help the people in India and Nepal. What if I started a diaper donation for the women in the small villages? What if people gave books and school supplies to the Indian mini Einsteins? And what if an affordable method of orthodonture was brought to the lady who gave me none? By traveling and seeing a world so different than my own, I was able to pick up many things that could be done to make it a little better. It is important to learn and experience cultural differences because understanding the world you live in will help you to make it a better place. Emma Willard gives us a unique opportunity to experience different cultures firsthand. From celebrating holiday with colorful powder, to enjoying Faso dinners, to just hanging out with a girl from another country. I hope everyone here, American or international, takes full advantage of these opportunities to learn about the world and uses them to think of something they can do to make the world a little better.